Okay, so I've been wanting to do this for a while, but I'm going to be showing you guys Ellie's top line. Since I've only had her for about 3 months, she doesn't really have a whole lot of top line at all. As I was saying, she doesn't have a whole lot of top line at all. You can still see the very back of her spine up here. And she's putting on weight, so that's good too. But I'm just going to show you her top line and what you want to look for when your horse is actually building top line. Okay, we'll start off with her neck. As you can see, all of this is really flat, and she doesn't have a whole lot of muscle built up on the top of her crest or through the bottom of her neck. So this is pretty typical for a horse that hasn't been worked very much. And as you can see, it's very narrow. There's no roundness to it. See, when she stretched there, she had a little bit of muscle, but it's not a whole lot. You can see like here. And now we're going to look at her withers and her top line here. Now, when people are talking about top line, they're not just talking about the neck, because I know when I was learning, I thought that the neck was basically what top line was. No, top line is over the back and muscle over the back. So we're just going to look at the muscle over her back. Now you can see she has absolutely no muscle built up over her back. Very narrow in the withers. And if you look here, easy, you can see she has absolutely no muscle whatsoever on her top line. Now, what we're looking for in a horse with a good developed top line will be muscle, instead of it being in like this and having it very narrow on the spine, no muscle over here. What we're looking for is muscle to be coming out like this over the whole entire back. And that is really what we're looking for in good top line. When you actually start getting top line, this right here will no longer be pushed in. As you can see, it's very indented in, kind of swooped in like so. And when you're looking at horses that don't have top line, that's what you're going to see. Is you're going to see this no muscle here. You can just put your hands on them. You feel no muscle. You can feel their spine. You can feel all of that. So there's no muscle here. So when you do ride horses that don't have good top line, that is a lot like I compared it to your shin. Because your shin is very bony, and it's a lot like the horse's back. So if you put a lot of pressure on your shin and something comes up and pushes here, like on your shin, you know that's gonna hurt. So if you put 120 pounds, 140 pounds on a horse's back with an undeveloped top line, that is going to be very uncomfortable. And people wonder why horses act up. They wonder why they have issues with them. And there's a lot of factors in horses, but that is one of the main factors. I'll take you back here without her hitting me with her tail. That's what her rump looks like. Not a very good developed rump. Doesn't really have a whole lot of muscle there. Here's a really good shot of her top line here. You can see where the shadow is here, that she has no muscle over her back and over her top line. So if I did do a lot of riding on her, it's very obvious. There's no muscle here. It's all flab. She doesn't have a whole lot of muscle here. But yeah, that's what you'll see in horses that don't have any top line or has a little bit of top line. But this is, say, your common undeveloped top line. And because she's young, we're going to want to make sure that we build that top line up because her back is still really young. You don't want to do a lot of damage to their back. So that is Ellie and Ellie's top line, and you can see she just doesn't have a whole lot of anything because she hasn't really had the chance to stretch because she's still learning how to stretch. And I'll take you over and show you Manny. Okay, with Manny, he has had a couple of months off, but you can see the difference in Manny's top line. He used to look like Ellie, but you can see where he's eating now. There's this nice round muscle here, and there's no indentation. There's no groove here. This is all muscle. this is good top line here. And you can just put your hands on him. And I'll show you. You can put your hands on him and you can feel muscle all through here. From where the spine starts right here and then down, about, I don't know, thumb's width down. Right here is all muscle. No soft like the belly. The belly's really soft. There's not a whole lot of cushion there, but there's a lot of cushion up here. And you can see when he is eating, you can see the top of his neck is very nice. He has a lot of muscle there. Before I started him on stretching, he used to look a lot like Ellie. Oh yeah, that's good. You can see his neck. But he used to look a lot like Ellie with the indentation here at the withers. No shoulder muscle. He wasn't pulled through in the muscles and shoulder. You can see here, this is a great shot, yeah. You can see, if you can, how round and pulled forward that is. There's no indentation, and he has muscle all along his top line up here. So this is very good. He's not fully developed yet. It takes 2 years, approximately 2 years, to get a fully developed top line, but he's getting there. He looks really good. When I get him to stretch, he will stretch automatically because he's balanced and he has the proper muscles over his top line. And then you can see his rear end has a nice look to it. I know he's standing kind of funny, that's why it looks like that, but you can see it has muscles, nice muscles here and here. And yeah, that is what he looks like. But you can just, you'll know when you put your hands on a horse that has good top line. And you can see here, nice muscles up over the neck. And you can just feel like he has muscles here all the way up to here and across his back. But that's just kind of a little guide for you to see the difference between a horse that has a semi-developed top line. He's not all the way there yet, but he looks really good. He has a lot of muscle over the top of his back. And another thing you'll notice, his back isn't swooped in. It's a lot straighter on the top. And we're still working on that because when I first started him out, he started getting a little sway back. That's because I didn't understand. Hey buddy, I didn't understand the concept of top line and what it meant for the horse. So if you go out and look at your horse, you see there's no muscle along the top line here and there's no muscle along the back. You're basically riding on your horse's spine. So, you know, you wouldn't want somebody riding on your spine all day for, I don't know, an hour to 2 hours every day. That just doesn't sound like a lot of fun. So if you do put your horse in consideration and actually start the training and the building up of muscle, that would be a really good idea, not only for your horse, but for you. And so yeah, I just encourage you to go out and test it out on your horses. If your horse has a underdeveloped top line or doesn't have any top line at all, you really might want to think about reconditioning them. Yeah, but as you can see, Ellie is a cute little youngster and she's still learning how to stretch and how to build top line. So that is all very good. Like I said before, I just encourage you to go out and look at your horses today and see if they have, yeah, okay, be stupid, to see if they have any top line whatsoever, or if they have an underdeveloped top line or no top line at all. This would be a good little test. I showed you how to look for it, and this would help you in a lot of areas, not only in training, but in competition and balancing your horse. I hope this video helped, and if you have any questions, you can just go ahead and leave it in the comments down below, and I will see you in my next video.